must be another Thursday. It's the Bro Show. You guys are here. Listen, I know. Jamie's already, he's laughing.
I don't know. You're so good at it. It just gets me every time. I know it's coming and I just can't get away.
I don't know any other intro to be like, oh, baby. That's all I really know. Anyway, it's a Thursday. I'm Greg T. That is Jamie. You know him. You love him. Eat Clean Bro. This is the Bro Show. And today we've got another amazing show on board for you. What are we doing today?
We got my boy Eric LeGrand here.
Yeah,
we're going to chop it up. We got a lot of business talk to
Chop it
discuss.
up.
We got New Jersey business to discuss, Central Jersey to discuss,
Right.
pork roll, egg, and cheese to discuss.
Yep.
It's going to be a great one.
As usual.
Eric's very busy. He's got a lot going on. And obviously, he's like the biggest inspiration ever. So I'm really excited about this episode. Let everybody know what's going on. And we're going to rock.
Number 52 is in the house right after these messages. Eat Clean Bro. They deliver fresh, healthy, chef-prepared meals right to your door. So whether you're into bodybuilding or weight loss or just trying to eat better without the hassle of cooking, Eat Clean Bro has got a ton of options for you. Gluten-free options, high-protein options, chicken parm with sweet potato mash, buffalo chicken, mac and cheese, turkey meatballs and pasta, teriyaki salmon with jasmine rice, and Eat Clean Bro delivers within 24 hours in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. So if you're looking to try it out or you want help picking some meals that match your goals, head over to eatcleanbro.com right now. Eat Clean Bro. That's where to go.
Where to go.
All right, guys, it is the Bro Show. I'm Greg T. That, of course, is Jamie. Jamie, do the honors.
We got my boy Eric LeGrand here.
Yeah.
Coming in hot. We got some of that LeGrand whiskey that we're taking down. We're having a great time.
Absolutely.
Always a blast to be with you guys. Can't wait to chalk it up.
Let's do it.
So, Eric, man, let's talk about this whiskey, dude. Obviously, you're very proud of it, man. You've been to Kentucky. You were at the distillery. We were talking about how you got the Kentucky oak here. What's special about the oak over there, man? Like, what are they doing? They're charring the oak.
You gotta have, so every bottle of bourbon. So it's not only whiskey, it's bourbon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It has
You're
to be
right.
charred in the charred oak barrels, and it has to be aged at least a minimum of 2 years old in order to be able to be called and considered bourbon where you can sell on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been, blessed to be working with some great partners out there. Bryn Diamo found us the juice in the beginning from coming out of Green River out in Owensboro, Kentucky. We're bottled in Bardstown, who's been our partners. And let me tell you, it's been a process. We've been now on the market for 2 years. And in the beginning, we had to get investors to get behind this without any juice. And my business partner, Brian Axelrod, was like, don't worry, it's going to come. It's going to be from Kentucky.
Yeah.
We're not getting stuff from anywhere else. It's got to be Kentucky. And we got lucky and we're able to purchase 152 barrels to get us started with this brand and be able to age it. And we launched our first product in March of 2023 with 2.5-year-old bourbon. And now that bottle of Jamie's holding, that's our 4-year-old single barrel.
What's this retail for, the single barrel,
The
man?
single barrel is $59.99 to 60, anywhere $59.99, $64.99.
And can you say that again? How does it become a bourbon? So if it's a whiskey, but then to be classified as a bourbon, what does it have to do again?
So when I went to the distillery, literally it comes out, it's called White Dog. People don't know, it comes out clear.
Okay.
It comes out clear and it comes out hot.
Yeah.
When you first
sits in
taste
that
it,
oak, right?
so when you sit in that charred oak, that's how it turns brown. So a lot of people don't know.
Gotcha.
Burnt whiskey comes out clear until you put it
I didn't know. I
into
didn't
those
know.
oak barrels, and then it gets the color from it.
Yeah, and what's really cool is the aging in the oak barrels. So there's some tequilas that age in oak, but what makes French wine so special is that French oak. That gives it that unique finish. And same thing with this, man. You're picking up the oak.
Look at you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, for the most part, when I'm with Eric, I'm not, I'm ignoring the finer details, but
I know usually we're just throwing them back, but no, there's a lot of fine craftsmanship that comes into making a bourbon.
We're going to do a cheers, and
man.
I'm hooked up to this fucking earpiece. Usually my favorite thing to do is give Eric shots.
So we're bringing in Joey Catino coming in.
Eric can't run away from me.
So Joey's a good friend of mine, one of my friends I've known for a long time.
Okay.
A bunch of my buddies,
So give me a cheers here, man, and then we're going to pour one down. All right.
So
that's 2 shots for Eric. All right. We're going to do another one in like 2 minutes. All right.
Perfect.
Cheers. Cheers, Greg. Cheers to the success of the Bro Show.
Let's go.
Okay.
As you see, no ice for me.
That's nice and smooth.
Straight in. On ice, it goes down even smoother.
Well, that's why I said maybe we should get some ice. But Eric,
I know.
You can drink this all day on ice.
I'm the bourbon guy.
Yeah.
I got to drink it neat. I'm sorry, guys.
On ice, you can put this right down easily.
Yeah, that's why I get in trouble.
Oh,
if I was there, that's why I get in trouble when I'm trying to behave on the show.
But it tastes so good. That's the thing,
know.
though. It actually has incredible flavor.
Exactly.
Like, it's really good flavor there.
That's why when we were coming up, like we tasted it
Yeah.
at 2.5 years old, and we were like, this is incredible. At 2.5 years old, it's only going to get better as it ages. And we
really
launched that
good.
single barrel in November of last year, so 2024, with only a limited amount of cases. We're almost sold out of it. So that's been a cool thing to see, people really seeing the process and
Where can you buy these?
I mean, we got a bunch right here in the was it Pyrite in Eatontown?
Dude, that's a crazy.
We
liquor
crush
store.
over there.
Yeah, well, dude, you
They
got
they do well for us.
You know, I don't know. People are following me for Eat Clean Bro, but
Yeah.
if you want a good deal at a liquor store, that buy right is it buy right or
Is it bottle or bottle? One of them.
Bottle King or something? Well, hey,
Bottle
look,
King,
whatever it is,
Bottle
you're
King
buying
in
right. You're the
Eatontown.
Bottle King, whatever it is. By
Is
the
that where to go? That's where to go.
That's where to go.
Yeah, it's by the it's by the Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah, right, literally right down that highway. We
Yeah.
off the Parkway.
Yeah,
They've done
oh
a
my
lot
God.
of cases for us, and it's been.
You can get a great deal on pretty much any bottle there. So I
They
haven't,
probably retail it for $59.99. That's the
That's the going
3-tier
rate.
process of it, where we give an MSRP, but liquor stores can do what they want. They can put it up for $59.99, or they can be like, "Oh, I'm gonna charge $65.99."
Yeah.
To them.
What I like about this, if I may, is like, you know, a lot of celebrities, they just slap their name and their face like on a bottle, you know, and they go, here it is. But for you, like, this is really good. It's not just your name on it. It's actually got some really good flavor. I'm being honest with you. It goes down really nice.
And that's what we said when we created. Like, people will support you in the beginning because of your name,
right,
the story. But if you want this to make their everyday bourbon, you got to put some respectable shit out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can't put just anything and be like, "Oh yeah, support me." I'm not no big name like where people are just going to buy bottles and bottles and bottles because of that. No, they say, "Okay, we want to support Eric, but this is actually good. I'm going to make this my everyday bourbon now."
Right. That's interesting. You know, prior to us going on, we were talking, and I don't know the ins and outs of you guys running your businesses. I just don't know. And what I was really interested in is how difficult it is to stay inside a restaurant. Can you go into that again a little bit more about that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
That's where I get all fired up because, you know, restaurants that have supported us throughout these past 2 years, just incredible. You know, the Stricklands of the world.
Shout out to Strickland, Mike Strickland. Shout out to
Jessica,
Woodbridge, Colonia, baby.
Awesome. Yes.
Home team, right?
That's my hometown right there. They've showed.
He's got his coffee shop in
nothing
there.
but love. Nothing
Mark
but
Henry.
love.
Mark Henry's coming on the podcast. He's got the pizzeria over there.
Oh, terrific.
Yes, it's been awesome. You got Pino's over there.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, so like people like, you know, the Stricklands of the world, Rooney's, Oceanfront, and West Long Branch, like there's so many more. I don't want to leave, you know, a bunch of them out, but they have supported us. And then you get the ones that you think would support you.
Right.
And they just don't. And I get it. It's a dirty game. It was to be able to move the product. It can't just sit on the back shelf. People could bring in a bottle, you can put it on the back shelf. Who's going to drink it? Like there's so many options on the back shelf. Unless you're coming in exactly looking for that, it has to be on the cocktail menu, or at least be listed as a bourbon on the drink menu so people can see it. When it's on the cocktail menu, that's how it moves.
Yeah.
That's how you move product. I don't care if it's a tequila, if it's a bourbon, if it's a vodka, if it's in a cocktail, that's how you sell cases.
So you have to make a deal with the restaurants in order to get them to use your product?
We're a small brand. We don't do deals like that. We're not paying money for it. We want people to just show respect, especially Jersey people.
Yeah.
Born and raised in New Jersey, this is where I'm from. We want people to show love and respect to the brand because we're all trying to come up in this thing together as entrepreneurs. Randoms will go all the way out of their way, bend over backwards to support you, wish you well. We have a charitable component to this. And then you'll get people that you think that are your friends, and you're just like, nah, like we just can't do it at this time. And I get it. And then there's bigger companies that'll come in and say, we'll pay you this amount of money to be on the cocktail menu.
So big companies, see, that's what I wanted to get that out there. I didn't know that. You had touched on that again, that big companies actually pay restaurants in order to move their products.
Yeah, call them out. We'll call them out, Greg. Angels Envy knocked us off of Centrada's old-fashioned menu. We'll call them out. But I will say, Centrada showed us so much love for over a year and a half of us being there. Like,
Centrada's a great restaurant.
We can't thank them enough for something like that. Like they showed love from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know, after time people come in like, hey, we got this amount, or some other company might say we got this amount, we'll pay to be on this menu. And it is what it is. But the people that really want to support you, that do well by you, that's where I go. That's where I support.
That happens in business all the time, dude. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. But you know, one thing when I think about my dad, you know, he taught me a lot of lessons, and in business, you have to compete. And you want to, like, when we're talking about the product, you know, Eric, like, you're a football player. I was a wrestler. You played soccer, right, Greg?
Come on, it's got to go there. It's wrestling, football, and I played soccer. That's right.
No, soccer's bad to the bone, dude. Soccer's hard.
I played ice hockey, too.
Yeah,
ice hockey and soccer.
All right, there you go.
What I'm getting at, though, is
yeah.
when you're an athlete, you go out to win.
Yeah, of course.
There's no theatrics. There's no politics.
Mm-hmm.
You go out to there. There's a scorecard. There's rules. In business, there's really no scorecard or rules. Lots of theatrics. You want to go out and win. Frank Yeager goes out to fight somebody, knocks him out.
Right.
You think the fight's over. It's not. They throw somebody else in. Frank Yeager knocks him out. He thinks the fight's over. It's not. They throw someone else in. Like, it's like every single day, the rules are changing. The game is changing. And if you can't adapt, like, there's certain North Stars and things. So in business, you try to build alliances. You try to build relationships. Then your bandwidth is only so thick. You start running thin. You know, when you're running a small team, things just start getting missed. You have to, as an entrepreneur, you need to be able to balance a certain amount of things, multifaceted approach. You need to be able to sell your product, fulfill your product, keep up with your relationships, build those alliances, create some incentives for people to want to push your product. And that's where, like, I come up short sometimes because I just assume, like, oh, I did right by this guy. He's going to do right by me. Like, earlier on in the day, I was on the phone with one of my buddies from college who sells me containers. And he's like, I don't understand. I always do right by you, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, it has nothing to do with you. Like, you did always do right by me, but this guy's about to save me $150,000 a year on containers for the same container. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm giving you like 6 months to figure out how to get close. I'm not going to say, like, you got like 6 months to figure this out. I'm not throwing you on the street. Yeah. And another thing too is, which
is honorable by you.
Well, yeah, but nearly nobody would ever even give you 6 months to figure that out. They would just throw you in the street and save $75,000 or whatever immediately. Businesses, when you're an athlete, you do have some of the raw material to build, right? So, like, you have that competitive hunger, you have the ambition, you're the self-starter, you're self-aware, you understand you need coaching, you have that instinct to learn and to evolve and change. But the whole thing with, like, earlier before we started talking about, like, the Saudis, or we started talking about money, right? Like, guys can come in and just steamroll you. That was like, I guess it's essentially like when you're in high school and you're trying to date the pretty girl and you're the best looking guy, you got the best abs, you're cool, you're funny, you got the personality. And then the kid from Colts Neck rolls in with his Bentley or his Rolls Royce, and the girl just jumps in the car and you're like, yo, what the fuck, man? I was in the lead. I did everything right. And this, like, you know, so, like, that's the stupid shit I got to deal with like Factor 75. Like, you know, at one point, Freshly was offering $275 off. So have you ever seen a fucking coupon for a $10 meal at $275 off? Bro, Eric, could you imagine someone's doing $275 off on a fucking $60 bottle?
No.
Like, and then you're just like, dude, what the fuck? I can't even do anything. Like, I'm completely fucked. Wow. I have to wait for these guys to stop or go out of business, which Freshly got thrown in the garbage.
But see, these are the things that the consumer does not understand. We just go to the stores, we just look at it, we see it, we buy it, but we have no idea, you know, what the price point is or what some of the deals are going on behind closed doors. We have no idea. Yeah. We don't know what you're going through.
And
we
dude,
don't know.
Absolutely.
And people will be like, I found this on the internet, or I did this research on the internet. No.
Right. Exactly.
Someone paid a fucking ton of money.
I was going to say, you said that before. You said that before. Because I think, like, when I scroll through and I'm like, oh, look, I just found that. And you're like, no, you didn't just find that.
Yeah, it
so
found
expand
you.
on that.
Yeah, it's like, well, the Privacy Act changed a lot in 2019. It used to be way worse. So, like, we would have this conversation about your brand, or was it Ace of Spades, or what was it? What was the other?
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy. So even just saying the word Angel's Envy would pick up on the phone. We'd start getting followed with digital advertisements, retargeted, Google searches, or articles on the internet that we're reading. Everything's just until, like, you find yourself in your basement drinking Angel's Envy, right? So follow you. So there was no Facebook and Google were kind of working together in tandem to just massacre people with ads. But that changed. I believe it changed in 2019. And all companies like mine, our customer acquisition costs went through the roof.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed some things. So there was, like, some things that changed in my industry that it was industry wide. But yeah, so dude, so you're out on the grind, you're doing your thing. I'm doing the same thing in ShopRite, man. I'm out. I'm doing samples
on the weekends. You're out.
Got to do appearances, man.
People so I'm doing the appearances, and we're also, like, a smaller team, and that's where, like, you have to kind of deploy war strategies, right? Where it's like, how many, like, essentially, like, they could roll you out in 500 stores, but you might flop in fucking 460 of them. And now it's like you're a Kentucky Derby horse with a loss on your record. Now people are scared to pick you up. So what you want to do is You want to kind of like maximize, concentrate your efforts where you could be successful and build off that success,
Right.
and build that FOMO like Devin was talking about.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
So
FOMO,
that's where, like, from a strategic, like a brand strategy side, or even just any strategy at all, you want to make sure that you're doubling down on your strong areas. So like,
and I've actually learned that when it comes to liquor stores and whatnot. So we could say we're going to do an appearance at a liquor store, but if that liquor store doesn't have an email base to distribute to, that we're going to be doing an appearance. If they don't have loyal customers that they've already been doing deals with
Right.
for certain things in the past, it's hard to just, okay, well, I'm going to put up a flyer, going to post it, and then we're going to get a
Right.
bunch
So
of
who's
people.
going to show up?
Exactly. So when you get to liquor stores that have that following,
Right.
they have that customer loyalty where people are going to go, then you give them a flyer. They
Right.
blast it through their meter. We blast it through ours. Then you get great appearances. So that's how we've been able to work it in many of the appearances that I've done. And then also trial and error, trying like different bars and restaurants. And, you know, we're supporting them. They're supporting us. And I'll show you, put us on a cocktail menu, you order 3 cases. You pretty much, we always say you're going to make your money back on the crew that we come with for dinner.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's for a case of that is like $253.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So if you buy 3 cases, you know what I mean, it'll be around $700. If I sell up with 8 to 10 people,
Yep.
you made your money back on just the food that day.
Hey, we've done
So
that. We've done that at Gabriella's plenty of times.
Yeah, so like you do stuff like that, and it's just like you support the brand in that way. And if you put it on the cocktail menu, the juice will hold up on its own. That's what if we're respectable. We know
Oh yeah.
it will hold up
So
on its own.
is this what they're throwing in the well, or like when they make?
So this is our special edition
I
one.
gotta
So we've
tell
got
you,
a
dude,
few
the vanilla
places
notes
with
are
it.
starting to come
Right?
through, dude. It's really nice.
I'm telling you, the flavor, it just jumps at you. You know, like for instance, you know, like now I think this is so good to the point that I would not mix this down to make like an old fashioned out of it because I think it's too good to make an old fashioned. That's just what I'm saying.
See, Greg, you're a bourbon drinker now.
Right,
You could
right.
deal with that. A lot of people that are we say introductory level people, they'll put it in a cocktail so they can try with all the other stuff. Us, like our boys and stuff like that, we can drink it neat. We can drink
Right.
it on the rocks, and people have made old fashions with it, and we'll drink those as well. So it's interesting how you brought that up because depending on if you're coming into this category for the first time, you may want to try it as a cocktail. But for us,
No.
we enjoy it like this.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. And I'm not putting other brands down, but other brands are made to be dressed up where you can make it into an old fashioned. But this is so
Well,
good where I would
I'll-
just take it straight up like that.
I'll fold it one step further, right?
Yeah.
In business, I'm stuck in this world. So there's companies like Trifecta, Factor 75. So they have this meal. It's at like a $12, $13 price point, and they're bad.
Right.
The meals are not fucking good.
Right.
But I'm in this world where it's like it's Eat Clean Bro. People are skeptical of the name. They're skeptical of the quality. And then on the internet, you can't tell the difference between a Chihuahua or a lion. So I have to be affordable facing to create a quality meal costs money. So when you're talking about liquor that needs to be dressed up,
Right.
they could be like, hey, listen, we're going after Stoli. We need to beat like a Stoli's at a $27.99 price point. We need to come in retail at $20, like we're gonna come at $22.99. And then their whole price strategy. So it's like, and that's where I come back with sports. Where like, you know, when Eric would play football, you play soccer, I play like when I wrestle, you're not thinking like, oh, I just want to win by 1. See, some people do think like that, but never me. I wanted to go out and just do my best, be the best I could possibly be, right? So when I go into business, I want to make the best possible product. I want my customer base to receive it well. I don't want to dance this fine line where it's like, all right, we got a $2 a meal less price point, but the retention rate's down a little bit, but my customer acquisition cost on this price is this. And like, you just start toggling these metrics where you're like, you know what, this business model works. The product's not as good as it could be, but the price is super competitive. People are biting it and they're enrolling into the subscription. They're falling off after 4 or 5 orders. But you know what? If we get a capital infusion of fucking $2 million, we could take this 2 to 10, raise again. But then it's like, you're not like, for me in my business, man, that's my kid, right? Like I don't, I look at it like, dude, I want to go out and just do my fucking best every day. Give people the best I can give them at the price point I'm at. And that's where I come up short as a businessman, dude, because they're not really in love with their products. Like I'm more of an artist trying to perform for my people.
Well, your products are good.
Yeah, my products are good, but you got to understand, Freshly sold for $1.5 billion. And they were at Nona's fucking parking lot flying from Arizona, studying my ass when me and Kayla lived in a 1-bedroom apartment sharing a Kia Soul.
Okay.
Factor 75 sold for $277 million.
Okay. I get what you're
at
saying.
a time where their fucking marketing spend exceeded their total revenue. But they knew based off the marketing metrics that they would eventually come out of it. And Cook Unity did something similar. where they knew they deployed enough capital, but their subscription service would sustain, and in time, they would be cash flow positive, just like fucking Amazon. Amazon was negative for like 20 years. They finally came out of it. But that goes into talking business with like other companies where they come in and just fucking stomp Eric's fucking old-fashioned right off Centrata for some shit.
I can't believe that happens.
It happens all the time.
Wars.
Exactly. Not just
Greg,
me.
Wow.
Fucking wars
Not just
start
me.
over shit like this.
Wow.
Bro, viruses are released for shit like this.
Well, I do
people
know.
people die. Bro, people kill
big
each other.
brands coming
Over
at each
that,
other like
or
that.
getting into
Over
certain
money.
press over money.
And then I've also learned, so obviously this is bourbon, but my coffee category, like this is a whole different ball game that I had to learn. And a lot of times,
The LeGrand Coffee House.
LeGrand Coffee House.
Yeah, how's that doing?
It's doing well. I mean, we're this is year 3 now, going into year 4. And I'll tell you what, I've learned the good, the bad, and the ugly of the coffee business. All the coffee people tell me like, you got in at the highest time ever. I'm like, well, all I know is high. I don't know what it's like to have low coffee. I know you and I have talked about build outs on how it took 3 times the price on what we originally expected.
We got crushed.
And then you go from there, okay, you get this build out. Now you got customers coming in, you got to get the right staff, because I'm not back there serving up espressos every day.
What do you mean, Eric? You're not?
Exactly. I'm about the one making the latte behind the counter. So now I have to put a team together.
Right.
You have to learn about, learn to hire people to run your business who's just excited about your business as you are.
When are we going to do a fucking bourbon
face.
espresso martini, man?
Bro.
There you go.
Come on.
Man, I've already thought about partnering up with different
You got
restaurants.
like a vanilla bourbon you roll out, do a
Right.
nice vanilla bourbon espresso martini.
Listen, come on, don't give out all the ideas for it with the future.
That's it.
This isn't a one-time thing. We got things planned for this.
Okay.
man,
All right.
but-
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, so back to, like I said, with the coffee now, when it comes to like marketing the coffee, I got a lot of press in the beginning because it was in 2020. News outlets were just looking for anything positive to put out there when the world was going crazy. So we got a lot of push with that. So everyone knew me as the coffee shop, and being able to open it up and open up an online store, and you see that. But then as you start to have a brick and mortar, then you see the online store presence isn't as much as it used to be. But I'm like, okay, that's fine, because I'm focusing on the brick and mortar because I got bills now.
Yeah.
I got rent.
Yeah.
I got labor. all the stuff like that. But I got to make sure my focus is on that. And then I'm learning I didn't have a business degree, so I'm trying to learn the margins of my own. Then you try to hire the right people to help you along the way. Some people do, some people don't. Then you finally get a good team around you. When you feel confident, you're like, okay, we finally made it. But then you're like, damn, I'm 3 years into this business and I'm just finally learning. So it's been a grind. But tell you what, people now are reaching out to, want to see, we're going to grow this thing even more and start expanding.
I noticed on social media you're starting to show off on the coffees, like different designs of the coffee, different flavors. You got some videos going on.
We just started doing a video. I'll tell you what,
about
my team over there, Jesse's my manager, and my squad over there, we only have 9 employees right now. Mm-hmm. They work their asses off for me. They know I can't get there to be there to open up the shop. I can't be there closing up the shop. I trust them with my business to run it. My mom is there still doing all the banking.
About coffees, the coffees they need to like.
It's kind of now everything's about a viral pop when it comes to coffee. Like who has the new creamsicle latte or the blueberry cream cold brew, and then then you see people with the Italian cookie, one we tried as well. So it's all about coming up with different flavors, but you got to make sure you still have a quality coffee because if you're going cheap on your beans, which I won't do, I make sure my beans are high quality beans, so people are going to enjoy the coffee. Then when you start adding all the other sugars and stuff like that, it still holds up. Because if you get shit coffee beans and then you start adding all the sugar to it, you're just going to leave with a stomach ache. Like no one's going to want to come back.
Yeah. How do you get that point across to people that you're dealing with? Again, even though it's your name and your face, it's a damn good, bourbon or it's a damn good coffee bean. How do you get that point across to
just
people?
Drink it. You come there and you drink it, you'll respect it. And you're like, you know what? That's a damn good cup of coffee. I left, I had a great experience with that. And then you always get the one person, oh, the coffee wasn't hot enough or this. But you'll always get that 1 or 2 people that always got something to complain about. And honestly, it used to drive me nuts. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let this keep me up because look at all the loyal customers that are coming in every single day supporting us. And it's cool to see. And do we still have our struggles? Absolutely. It's not like this is all roses now. No, there's days I'm like, damn, we got to make sure we got enough money in there for payroll.
And there's a lot going on in Woodbridge, and you're in a good location as well.
We are. We're good. The mayor's doing a lot in Woodbridge. There's a lot of apartment buildings coming there. Obviously, in the beginning, the town hated that. More traffic, this and that.
Yeah.
As a business owner, we love it. There's more people coming into to support the business. New people. People don't even know I own a coffee shop anymore.
Wow.
Because the people just are coming. They don't know me. They're moving in from New York,
wow,
Connecticut, and they're just like, oh, there's a local coffee shop in there, and they're there every day. And then they see me go behind the counter when I roll, and they're like, what the fuck is going on there?
That's kind of cool.
I'm like,
standing there right.
I actually got a funny story about that. When we did our partnership with the New Jersey Devils, we had one of their players come to the shop with us an appearance. That place was insane. Miles, what you call it, came by, and the amount of people that came in, that we were over capacity.
Yeah.
And I remember I got there late, so I come rolling in, and somebody looks at me and goes, "You're cutting the line." And I went, and my mind said I want to be like, "Bitch," and I'm like, but I was like, let me be polite. I'm like, I own this place, and I was like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I know.
Cutting the line. Wow, imagine.
Like, I know you're here to see Miles.
You're in New Jersey when
I could not imagine. Could you
You
imagine?
son of a bitch!
Yeah.
You're cutting the line.
How dare you?
I'm ready to snap it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let me tell you, he don't
God.
get it. Like, I own this place. And he's like, oh my God. And then they see me behind the counter, like, holy shit, he does.
Yo, so speaking of Woodbridge, man. So I grew up. I was born in Middlesex County, raised in Monmouth County. I happen to believe Middlesex, Monmouth County, Central Jersey. But I'm thinking like, Woodbridge. You start getting up into Middlesex County. What's your stance on Central Jersey, man? Where does
Oh
it?
boy, here we
I
go.
am
Here
North
we go.
Central. I am North Central
you.
Jersey. I live in Avenel. I connect with Rawway and Carteret. Carteret's still Middlesex County. Rawway, I consider the first town into North Jersey.
You think so? Rawway?
People that always say Union County is like that iffy one. I consider Union County more north. I consider
I agree.
me the top of it. Then you go all the way down to Trenton, and then if you want to go into a bit of Ocean County, that's Central Jersey to me.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Jamie's
agree.
stance is that there is a South Jersey and there is a Central Jersey.
Oh, Central Jersey.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Monmouth County and Middlesex County a little different, but like we're still not north. Like north once you get like I feel like Elizabeth's like the super like you're like that's like North Jersey begins and then up you get Bergen.
Yeah.
And then you know what's funny though is like you got these kids out in like the west north like Northwest Jersey in the mountains like north and south like all right, bro, what are you like a Confederate soldier dude?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about dude?
Literally.
Like we're totally different dude. The middle of New Jersey
the Driscoll
is
Bridge
totally,
is where it's separates.
Shut
I'm like, no,
fuck
Central
up.
Driscoll Bridge is a Sayreville Bridge, I call it.
Yeah.
That's right in the middle of Central Jersey right there.
That is,
I've
I've
had battles.
That Driscoll Bridge is like that center.
That's what they think.
That's what they think.
That's what they're like. Oh yeah,
But
if you
bro,
go
when
past
you look
that
at
south.
so what I grew up in Lawrence Harbor. So if
Yeah.
you look at Driscoll Bridge, you look at that water. I'm in Lawrence Harbor. Like I'm right there. I'm legitimately the most center point of New Jersey there is. And then you got people out in like West Milford. Like there's no Central Jersey. Like bro,
That is.
I live 40 minutes from New York City.
Right. 40
And
minutes.
you consider New York City south? Like, no.
yeah, get out of here. And then another thing, and like obviously nobody wants to talk about, but like New York obviously has dealt with some things, and they always show like if New York City is ever attacked, right? They show this nuclear radius. How are you gonna say, bro? I'm literally in the foremost epicenter of a New York attack. I'm affected first. You out there in West Milford, you're gonna hear the ground shaking. I'm gonna be incinerated. All right? How are you gonna tell me I'm south? Right?
Nope.
Like it's terrible. I mean,
Hey,
come
Joey,
on.
let me get another one. I'm bringing Joey.
Yeah,
I gotta get another sip.
one.
You got another sip in
Pass
here.
the bottle around. Pass the bottle around.
I know you're almost done with yours over there.
Cheers.
You're gonna be spilling all the beans
Cheers.
after this.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, baby. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Tell you what,
Really good. Really
I
good.
might be asleep by the Knicks game.
Oh, that's right. Next game tonight.
I know we're filming. I know it's coming out 2 weeks in advance, but yes.
I got invited to what is it, Batalios or whatever. I got invited to this nice restaurant to go to the Knicks game.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man. I got to go to Fox News. I
Tomorrow.
got to behave. I got to not drink. Here I am. I might just go straight to the game now. Fuck it. Hey, Fox News. See you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Listen, you both have golf outings coming up, both of you guys. So tell us a little bit about your golf outing.
So we're having an inaugural Team LeGrand Golf Classic. We're doing it on Metuchen Golf Course, and it's in Edison, but it's called Metuchen Golf Course. And I'm excited to do it. We got some great support behind it. Get 120 people out there on the links, raise money for the foundation, get a lot of people involved, like some friends that we know with the Alpha Fit Club, like Salad House. Bunch of local places that have been supporting the brand for a long time. And let's get it. Honestly, we're going to get out there.
Yeah.
People are going to shoot their golf. We'll have our competitions, but I'm all about the fellowship.
Bro, can we just talk
Get
about
people
like
together, man.
some of these gyms, right? So like, bro, you come to my events, bro, they're a good time.
Yeah.
We have a good time. So my wife started like getting really into Like she's doing the High Rocks this Sunday.
Kayla is a
Yeah.
savage. No.
Yeah,
Savage.
Yeah. But now, like, she gets invited to these charity events, and they're like, "We're gonna run for 48 hours, and we're gonna camp out." And I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck are you trying to do? You're trying to kill somebody at a charity event? Like, you're gonna run?"
Everybody's taking it to a different level now.
They're like, "Yeah,
David
man, can you
Goggins
come?
shit.
Can you come and cook for 2 days?" And I'm like, Can't we just sell tickets, raise money, and like have a nice day?
Not
Like
anymore.
you're trying to fucking who's showing up to this shit?
Yep.
And like, what the hell happened here? Like,
Now,
what are
we saw it was actually the same. There are people that want to do that David
New
Goggins
things.
like Travis, new things.
Yeah.
People I've noticed, people, especially gym people, they love these challenges.
Yeah.
Different things, and they get like wrapped around it, and
Bro.
it becomes their life. And they want to be a part. And me,
I showed
I gotta show up to support. I'm there. But
He's right.
am I doing it for that long? No, but people, they enjoy that. If they get a
Because
try,
people are looking for the
I'm
next
doing it.
level of some kind
Yeah,
of fitness and health.
yes.
And that would be a 2-day thing. I understand, what she's saying. Because people are looking for that next level.
It's different.
No.
I know. It's what drives them.
Jamie's looking at me like
Jamie's like, I can't
I'm
do
not
it.
trying to take sides.
Here's my thing, bro.
I'm not trying to
Here's
take
my thing.
sides.
Listen,
Here's
I was
my
a
thing.
football player. I'm a
Yo.
sprinter. I'll do 100 110s for you.
Same thing,
And
right?
long
So
distance, I
I'm
can't
at the
do it.
gym, and there's these
Yeah.
guys talking to me like, "Yo, so you're gonna do High Rocks? Like, you think you can do it?" I'm like, dude, I wrestled with national champions. I was active duty military. I was in special like warfare. Like, dude, you're fucking High Rocks. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right, like
you
you
think,
don't
like,
feel like
you
can
think
bring
that's
it to-
scary
I
to
get,
me?
I get what you're saying.
You think I'm fucking scared of a weightlifting competition that
Okay.
like you think that's a challenge?
But most people don't go through what you went through. So
Exactly.
for them, they're looking for that next level.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, you already took it to that level. So they're not asking, like, they don't know your background. They don't know that you've already been to that level.
And
But
that's
other
like-
people are looking for that
yeah, but like you know
without
what?
putting the time
when
in
you're
like
really
that.
when you're really fucking bad to the bone and you
Right.
want to know how bad you are,
Right.
you enlist in the military and
Well,
you find
that's-
out how bad you are. And by the way, for the record, I'm not that bad, so don't send me hate mail. All right, I got fucking crushed out of buds, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But at least I know what I'm made of,
Mhm.
and I'm not doing no fucking 48-hour run.
Mhm.
I'd rather just write a check and like
No, I get what you're saying. I understand. But that's what people,
48-hour run.
But
Four-
people
We'll run. Yo, how about
4
this,
hours
bro?
or 4
We're
hours,
gonna run
4
for as long
miles.
as that battery lasts. How long is the battery?
We got about 10 to 15 miles, depending on if we're going up
All
hill
right,
terrain.
here we go. 10 to 15 miles. See, that's respectable. That's a fucking dude. That would be a great charity event, yo. We're gonna run for as long as Eric's battery. Everyone's got to throw in
I got
$1,000
stories
bucks.
with this
no
chair.
one's
gonna-
done that before.
My
gonna
chair has
outrun-
died in Rome, the streets of Rome. My chair has
man.
died.
That's brilliant.
Died on a Navasink golf course because I went through all 18. I go full up and
Do you have a
down.
spare battery or anything, or you were
gotta
just
charge
stuck?
it up. I put me in neutral. You got to push this bad boy.
Oh.
410
hit
pound
it-
chair. I'm about 250, 260. Do the math. You.
We got to hit up. We got to hit up Elon Musk. Get you a Starlink, man.
So it's
Come on.
whipping around.
So that
Shit, I got a neighbor who could put a motor on this thing.
Yeah,
So the battery runs out. People got to push that with you
Oh, yeah.
on that. It's,
I got. When I went to Italy, I learned a lot. Beautiful
Yeah.
country. I want to go back.
It is
Oh,
not
man.
handicap accessible.
It is
though.
not handicap accessible. And
Europe
of
is
course,
not.
my chair.
Europe is not handicap
When I got
accessible.
there,
no,
The
no.
module, so the battery that controls everything, broke. No idea how, why.
And
but
now
it
you're
broke.
fucked, right? Because now
I
how
got-
you
My
is there
friends.
spare parts?
No, well, so listen. My
Sorry.
friends put me in a chair, an airport chair, and they pushed me 1.5 miles to the hotel on the streets of Milan.
wow.
While they put this chair in neutral and pushed this chair.
Wow.
So we get to the hotel, right? We call Permobil, the people that make my chair. They're a global company. They call their guy in Milan to fix
Yeah.
their tech.
Uh-huh.
He's in the hospital with COVID.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? My friends pushed me to dinner that night in this chair.
oh.
They get in touch with a tech in Florence. I'm going to
Yeah.
Florence the next day. My guy Nico, I get on the phone with Nico. He goes, "You come to me, I fix chair." I'm like, where the hell am I going? Right?
Yeah.
I end up in the hills of Florence.
Yeah.
And in some back warehouse in Italy. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting my chair fixed. My guy Nico pulled out the module, put a new one on, had me ready to go in 20
Yeah.
minutes. Took me longer to pay for the chair than it did to get it fixed.
Wow.
But after that, I was good to go. Even though I got stuck in the elevator, went down a hill in cobblestone.
Oh
all that.
man.
It was a
Yeah.
mess. But
Damn.
I want to go back. Now I know.
Do you find that a lot of places, surprisingly, are not prepared? Like they don't have the size that you need for the chair to get around?
And yeah, as Jamie mentioned, Europe is not very handicap friendly. There are spots, and there's a lot of people that take into, accountability, like, okay, we got to have this set up, and these are places you can go
Right.
and can't go. There's a lot of companies that actually do that now when you do the research. But you think of Europe, I mean, it's old school. There weren't times thinking about wheelchair, and it's not like they upgraded every year. Certain cities, yes, But yes, I found it a lot. As I mentioned, going out just to get to my distillery in Kentucky, there's not big enough planes that fit in my chain of cargo hold to fly directly to Louisville. So I got to fly to Nashville and drive 2.5 hours up to Louisville just to get to
I was surprised about that. Were you a part of the conversation?
Yeah.
He was saying that only certain airplanes can even host the size of the.
I can tell you all
of the
about
chair.
airplanes now, man.
I can't believe it.
Can't get on your basic 737. I need a 757, 777, or Airbus 319 or Airbus 320 for my chair and cargo hold. It's great. So when I book a flight, I look at the plane.
And you would think like today, like everybody's ready to go, but they're not.
So Delta's, listen to this. I've flown a lot in my 14 and a half years being in this wheelchair. A lot more than the most wheelchair users would say will fly. I've seen a lot. I've seen my chair broken by getting dropped off the cargo hold, front wheels shattered off.
Yeah.
But the Delta, I think, was the first one where they're starting to show that they're making actual seats on a plane where you take the 2 seats out and you have the strap downs.
Yeah, because they got to buy you a new chair when they break
exactly,
it.
Yeah, they
and
did.
know for sure those airplane employees are going to break anything.
Let's just say whenever there's an issue, I call Mama Dukes.
Yeah.
And Mama Dukes don't play.
No, she don't play.
She got on the phone with United. I had a new chair with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yes.
Look, they busted the wheel off my wife's luggage in Disney World.
There you go.
So they're going to bust the wheel off your chair.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, yeah, dude, they should just park you up, bro. Just strap
There's
it in.
ways. It should have been done a long time ago. There's finally talking about now, but planes, they want to make every penny that they can make.
It's despicable,
every chair
man.
that they can.
That's like business.
Every
man.
chair that they can fit onto that plane. That's money to them. So now you got to take two or three chairs out to put a wheelchair in there.
Well, see, I was
They're
surprised
losing
at that
money.
as well, that they couldn't, that these airplanes aren't made where, if there's somebody with a disability, they can just kind of pack up the chair, move it, and put you in.
I say I could do a documentary on my day traveling to an airport. From the time I get there, going through security, getting patted down through security, onto the cargo. First one on, getting my big ass onto that little table that's right there. Onto that little aisle chair.
Come
on.
on.
Down, and I got to make sure I buy the bulkhead, because if I don't buy the bulkhead, they put my big ass in the back. My shoulders are hitting as I get down the aisle.
No.
Lifting onto the plane. Then when we get to the destination, I'm the last one off. So everyone has to deboard. Then they get me out onto the aisle chair, bring my chair all the way back up.
Yeah, see, you should be the first one on.
So people ain't waiting. People don't have time and patience to wait. So that's why if you put this chair on the plane, I can roll right on, get strapped on. As soon as we land, I can take the straps off, I can go. So that needs to be done.
Surprising. I'm
Well, my
surprised.
brain starts going if we radicalize him, he becomes a terrorist. He can put a bomb in there.
See, we're not doing that, bro.
Or Jamie's
or
thinking.
if he's with the cartel, he's fucking smuggling drugs.
Oh boy.
So
I was saying,
you got to get the TSA pre-check with the clear.
Under my butt.
Yeah. I'm looking at that cushion right there, bro. We get a couple keys, at least 12, 15 keys right there, bro. And then we can start getting that new. We get that old fashioned right on all the menus, right? Pablo Escobar.
We'll get a real Narcos documentary on Netflix.
We don't got to worry about money no more, Eric. We're smuggling. Hey,
why is Eric traveling to Miami so much?
Yeah, right. Why?
Push it to the limit.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm happy that you agree with me on the Central Jersey thing. Now, let's just kick it, man. Pork roll, egg, and cheese, right? Where are you getting your pork roll, egg, and cheese at?
Man, see, it's so funny you say that, because I'm right in the middle. And I'm glad you say pork roll.
Yeah, Woodbridge's pork roll, Eric. Don't lie to me.
Crazy. Where my family say, a lot of my family's from Elizabeth Linden, so they say Taylor ham.
Damn, that's right there.
Exactly. Elizabeth Linden, they
right
say.
Right there, bro. Strickland worked at a fucking deli. He was making pork roll sandwiches right there in Avenel. Right where you're from.
Is that his background? I didn't know that. Is that his background?
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait, Mike or Eric?
Well, I don't know, Mike.
My boy Mike has Strickland Steakhouse. He's from Avenel.
Right.
Eric's from
Port
Avenel.
Reading. He's Port Reading.
Oh, he's Port Reading. You're Avenel.
Two towns connect.
Sorry.
Oh, boy.
They're basically this. They're not the same, but
Woodbridge is made up of 10 little cities that make up Woodbridge Township. So
he is Port Reading. That's right.
Seawarren, Woodbridge, Colonia, all that stuff. But yeah, so
that's where the fucking pork roll and the Taylor ham area starts to break down.
It really does, because my family, like I said, they grew up in like a Linden, Elizabeth area.
It literally starts to happen
ham.
there.
They say Taylor ham, and then when you move to Woodbridge and you say pork roll, and then people are like,
well, I would say
Taylor ham
could be
or
50-50 pork roll, Taylor ham, Woodbridge.
Depending on who you're talking to.
Wow.
Right.
So Middlesex is where it breaks down. See,
if that's what we're saying, right?
I thought Middlesex was pork roll.
A lot of people are pork roll there, and then you'll get the North.
Well, what about New Brunswick? Pork roll.
New Brunswick will say pork roll.
Pork roll.
Pork roll.
Well, depending, that's the thing. You get people.
Sayreville, they say pork roll for sure.
It's over the Driscoll Bridge. That's why.
All right. Okay.
Or consider South Jersey then.
So I know Old Bridge is pork roll. That's where I'm from.
There you go.
You're Old Bridge, Lawrence Harbor,
yeah. Damn. All right. Well,
See, that's the
so
mix
you're
right
telling
there.
me that like Avenel is kind of where Lyndon Elizabeth starts saying Taylor Ham?
That's where the breakdown is, right
Kinda,
there.
yeah, you get a mixture of both. So I'll get friends that'll say Taylor ham, and I get friends that say pork roll.
What's the go-to breakfast sandwich, man? You doing an everything bagel?
I do a bacon, egg, and cheese at the coffee shop.
Bacon,
we can
egg,
do it
and
on.
cheese.
We can do it on everything bagel. We do it on the bread.
Bagel or a
everything.
roll?
See, bagel.
Bagel. I
You
agree.
do everything bagel?
I do no plain. I'm
Plain bagel?
Plain bagel.
Yeah, I do the everything scoop, toasted, salt, pepper, ketchup. I do bacon.
There you
well,
go.
I
I've
do-
seen you.
Salt,
I've
pepper,
seen you
ketchup, I
all
get
over
you.
the bacon, egg, and
Yeah.
cheese.
I
I've
get
seen
you.
you with your pork roll
Yeah,
sandwiches.
yeah.
A lot of
actually,
the shore spots you hit up too.
yeah, dude. Bro, I was doing this like I was trying to like promote local businesses and
I
bring people
remember
there,
that.
and then everyone's like, "Yo, you got to go to Slater's. You got to go to Slater's." So Slater's makes bro, it's almost like a 8-ounce fillet of pork roll, dude. With like it's
Thick.
like Talercios. You see Talercios?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
those
yeah,
big
yeah,
ass
yeah.
ham- yeah.
Yeah.
I got a sandwich on the menu there, bro.
Oh, you
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
Eric-
bro.
Eric hooked
So
me up, man.
I tell Eric, I'm like, Eric, bro, like, why are they so big? He's like, well, it's like what we're known for. He's like, yo, you don't gotta eat it all at once. Like, like order some sandwiches, eat it like the next like day or two.
Right. Put on side.
But I'm not that type of guy. I got to eat it all at once,
Right
right?
now.
So this sandwich would be illegal in California, bro. So like,
California.
straight up, only the most well-versed pork roll eaters should go there. Slater's, get a pork roll sandwich. I mean, it was beautiful. It was a really cool place.
How
out
big
in,
was it?
It was Eric. It was like it put it this way, dude. It would put you down and put me down. Bro, that sandwich would be illegal in California. And after that, I'm like, yeah, man, maybe I should just stick to bacon. So what I do is I do bacon well done. I hate like people put out chewy bacon on a
No
sandwich.
way.
I'm like,
no
come on,
way.
dude.
Chewy
Gotta be
bacon. I
crispy.
don't want it. It's got to be crispy.
Gotta be
Must
crispy.
Yeah, and that's why when like
Gotta be crispy.
all these
That's right.
steakhouses, bro, all these steakhouses have this like thick cut bacon. I think I was in Miami. I think I was like Prime 112, and they did this chunky peanut butter with this jalapeno jelly with the thick cut bacon. That was actually very good. But otherwise, dude, I'm not really a fan of like thick cut bacon. I like thin and crispy bacon. And
So you want to order at a steakhouse? You're not going to order the steak bacon?
I'm a carnivore, bro. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat that.
I don't know, man. Like I'm more of I mean, listen. I started Eat Clean, bro. Obviously, I love chicken. I love rice.
Good point.
I love like the Mediterranean diet. I love fish. I love pasta. I'm Italian, I'm really not like a big fatty steak type of guy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, what type of steak? If you're gonna eat steak,
So,
you're gonna get? Because I got introduced to the Spinellas at
the
the Butcher's
Spinalis,
Block.
yeah.
That thing was different. I've only had, I think it's similar at one place, and that was Rails up in like North Jersey, where I had the Spinellas. I'm like, this is like what I remember having at the Butcher's Block. But
Spinalis is great. Yeah, Tommy uses that Snake River Wagyu. It's
The
insane.
Wagyu.
Oh yeah, dude, Snake River Farm's insane. Basically, what I like to do is I like to have a couple bites of like a skirt steak. Skirt steak might be one of my favorites, and bro, I love like a bone-in fillet. I don't care what anybody says. I love fillet. I love skirt. I could do like on the holidays I make a prime rib for my family. I mean, I like it.
You're just much more of a chicken clean guy. I understand. I get it.
I like and not even like chicken clean, but like, dude, I like take a whole chicken. I like the crispy skin. I like I like fish. I like
man, I'm the one who used to. You'll laugh at this. I didn't start getting fancy until I probably hit my 29, 30. Started eating steak.
Yeah.
Let's go to steakhouses to get the Angus steak burger.
There you go.
I'm getting a burger. Like
Yeah.
I used to go to Steakhouse 85 when I was in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
For years, and I'm getting everyone's getting
Steakhouse
steak.
85 is great.
And I'm like, give me the Angus steak burger with those crispy, thin cut fries.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like, that
Delicious.
is- oh,
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Every time we come here, man, I'm starving by the time we get out of here. Starving.
Yeah, I made a mistake, bro. I ended up pulling off to get a coffee, and I look and I see this Joyce pizza and subs, and I'm like,
pie.
I go, when did this place get here? And like the
the
owner comes out, she's like, oh my god, Jamie, I love Eat Clean, bro. I'm like, this a new sign? She's like, yeah. I'm like, when'd you guys open? She's like, 65 years ago. I'm like, Jesus. All right, let me come in. So I got like I got to say, I got to tell you, man, that buffalo chicken slice over there. So I like Mezzaluna and Manalapan was my favorite buffalo chicken slice.
Mezzaluna made the new pizza now? They got their new bar pizza, bar pie.
Really?
That's brand new that they just brought onto their menu now.
Yeah, you
I
see,
love
since
the
I've
bar
been
pie.
there, it hasn't stopped selling out every day.
It's
Since I've
selling
been-
out constantly
Yeah.
now. Everybody wants it now.
I love
Yeah,
the bar
Mezzaluna came
pie.
out with a bar pie, and it's real like every day, just selling out like crazy.
I was at Federici's,
yeah.
and literally.
Oh, Federici's.
And,
Yeah,
had the bar
Federici's
pie,
has a
and I
great,
took the.
yeah, they have a great
I was
bar
with
pie.
the.
Yeah, they do.
My guy
Another
Joey,
one.
who you saw with the bourbon, and my boy Drew, and we took down. Jeez, we had like 2.5 pies yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I got to tell you, I'm ashamed to say this. I still have never been to Pete and Elda's, man.
Really?
Me either. Me?
Yeah.
That
Bro,
is interesting.
I have
We gotta
never
go.
been. I need to do the challenge, man. We gotta.
And you have to win a T-shirt.
Exactly.
My daughter
You got to
did
take
it.
us to Pete and Elders, bro.
Pete
Me
and
Eric,
Elders.
We're going to pull up.
Yeah.
My daughter
Joey,
did
never
it.
been
I mean,
there
listen,
either.
if my daughter could do it, anybody could do it. We got to
Yeah.
sit there, though. But at the
Wow.
end, on her last bite, she was like, Dad, and I go, one more bite. And she's like, getting sick.
I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
too much for her.
I see some of the
She's young.
smallest girls go in there and they crush,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I gotta
wow.
go do this.
You got to do a whole pie yourself. That's the thing. One whole pie. You order it. It has to come down. I mean, it's thin. You could like double them up, but it's a lot of cheese. That's what it is. It's like you're packing that in there. It's a lot of cheese.
I love that.
That's what it is.
When
We
I was,
gotta go to
when I was a
Pete and
kid,
Elders,
bro, I ate I did the fat truck challenge.
Bro, no, you
After
didn't.
dinner. Yeah, after dinner. Not hungry. I went there. Yeah, I was 15, and then I didn't drive. I couldn't even name the sandwich after myself. So people are like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "Dude, I fucking did it. I couldn't drive to go back." But yeah, dude, I used to be able to eat like crazy.
I got a story about the vat. So grease trucks.
Oh my God, the
My
grease
God.
trucks.
So we
Arguably,
went.
you could say that Rutgers kind of put the food truck on the map.
Oh, without
right?
a doubt.
Right, 'cause that's
Without
where
a-
it was founded, right?
Without
Right
a-
outside of Frat Row, right there.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
first
my
time I
God.
heard about it when I was like 14.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you
just
go
wanted
there,
to
I
The
go there.
original.
You're like,
So
wait
what-
a minute, chicken fingers
Yeah.
and mozzarella sticks with French fries on a
yeah.
sandwich?
I know my first sandwich.
At the end of a night.
I know
oh,
my
the
first
best.
sandwich was a cheeseburger, fries, of course. And they're like, you got to expand. So
Oh,
literally, next
so
time I go
good.
there, I found this item on the map, Fat Betty Boy. It's literally cheeseburger,
yep.
grilled chicken, mozzarella sticks, French fries.
my
They
God.
put marinara sauce, no marinara, ketchup.
Oh,
ketchup.
yeah.
Delicious.
I've been eating it ever since. So then, obviously Rutgers, they showed me all the love support. The guys,
Yeah.
the owner's like, I want to name a fat sandwich after you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going to do turkey buffalo, this and this. I'm like, hey, bro, that ain't really me. The ranch and it's like, he goes, but I'm like, can I get my Fat Betty Boy named after me? He goes, no, that's a staple. We're going to name this one after you. I said, okay, respect. I can stay.
Wow.
So I got a fat LeGrand 52 and I never even had it.
Wow.
On the
How
menu.
about that?
'Cause they're
How
trying to
about
stay-
that?
Fat Betty Boy, no marinara with ketchup. I'll go there eat that every day.
Wow.
What about your Believe brand? How's that doing these days?
I mean,
what's new with Believe?
So Believe it's funny how that started. So that was just originally the Believe Funds was started after I got injured. The people were rallying around me, just wanting to help support. Building a new house for me and the accessibility, things like that. So that's been great. And then I started I want to say fast forward 10 years after my injury, 9 years, I started Shop 52 company where I was putting out apparel, Believe 52, and I came up with a t-shirt called Role Model. And then I wanted to make it cool, put ROLL, but I made the O a handicap sign.
Oh, okay.
In 2019, I sent it out to all my celebrity friends I knew. And I remember I'm an idiot. My friend Nicole Gregg, and she was like, why are you going to do this? I'm like, I'm only going to make 52 shirts. Make it exclusive.
That's cool.
Yeah, I sold 52 shirts in 12 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah. Fuck.
oh. And I called the guy. I'm like, re-up.
Yeah.
Re-up. I was like, I'm thinking
More shirts.
I was thinking it's going to take, a while to sell 12 minutes. They were gone.
Yeah.
So then I started re-up and I did that. And then as the pandemic came, as events stopped and things like that. So I kind of put that to a side. I wasn't really trying to get into a designer fashion brand. I just put out a few shirts for people to wear. And then obviously I started my other businesses.
Gotcha.
But that was my first experience with it, selling t-shirts.
That's good. That was a good one.
You really have a lot going on, though. You really do, Eric. Between the whiskey and the coffee and the Believe, you really have so many things. You're always active, nonstop.
I say my the mad scientists when they have all these quadratic equations on the board.
Yeah.
And they look at the bottom corner and that's the solution. That's my life.
That's it.
Every day is something different. Like today I'm here with you guys,
Yeah.
shooting the shit. This is what I like. I like my life. Every day is different.
Oh, this was good. This was a lot of fun.
Well, I can
talking
tell
to
you,
man.
Eric calls me sometimes because I always say this, bro. People call me all the time, and their ideas are. And I hate to say this because I don't want to be mean, but a lot of times people call me and they have really bad ideas,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, "Well, did you think of this?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Did you think of this?" They're like, "No." But then when Eric calls, he'll be like, "Yo, Jamie, I got this idea." He goes, "What do you think if I do this, this, and this, and then do that?" I'm like, wow, Eric, this was well thought out, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking your time to actually think about what you were going to say to me before you called me, because that makes conversations enjoyable.
But you guys have collabed, right?
All
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that buffalo chicken,
Right.
the buffalo chicken with the
Yeah,
bourbon. I mean, I'm sorry, the
I
bourbon
still
chicken.
think
not
that's
buffalo
on the
chicken.
menu, man.
It is. I still go on there or I type in
Yeah.
bourbon chicken on the menu and it pops up. And I still ordered that joke. Delicious.
Yeah.
Remember when
Yeah,
we came
it
down
was
there to
good.
shoot the video where
Yeah.
Jamie housed it.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
They didn't even
That's
give me a
cool.
bite. He was
Yeah.
just in the middle of conversation.
Yeah.
House. I'm like, you gonna let me get some of mine? Like,
It's a
he
good
was
meal.
housing it.
Yeah, the bourbon sauce is great.
That
It's a
shit
great
was
meal.
delicious,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's still
It's
on the
so
site
good.
too.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, that's
And
stuff.
dude,
great.
you know what? I think I gotta talk to ShopRite about that, dude, because they got liquor stores and we should do a bourbon LeGrand bourbon bourbon chicken.
That'd be awesome. You let us know, man.
That's good right there.
We've
Yeah.
we're in a few of the
That's a
ShopRites
huge
events,
collaboration,
yeah.
right? ShopRite, Eat Clean Bro, Eric LeGrand. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Jersey,
That's great.
take it over, brother. You know it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, it's funny because I get people like you said. People come to me now as a business owner with ideas out of the wazoo, and you're sitting there on the phone. You're just like, yeah. Like,
Do you get called up with a lot of ideas?
Yes, and I'm
A
just
lot
like,
of people.
and right from the jump, you kind of already know from the beginning, like, this is not going to work. And then every now and then you'll get that one. So that's why when I approach people with an idea, I'm like, I'm going to make sure it's well thought out.
Yeah.
If they have a question, I have an answer for them. Now let's discuss.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, and like, no, I have my answer ready. Does this work for you?
Yeah, like people will be like, "Yo, man, why don't you do this to the app?" And then I'm like, listen, dude, like that's a cool idea, but like that's literally $750,000 in development costs. Like, you know, like wouldn't it be cool if I could just show up in a fucking Lamborghini, right? But what goes into buying that Lamborghini? So you might have like an idea for a cool car, but it's like it's got to be well thought out. Like, can you pay for the car? Can you pay for what you're talking about? People will be like just rattling shit off, like, yo, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And they're like, I'm like, yo, dude, you just rattled off like 15 tasks, $1 million worth of investment, some months of planning, and then like hires. You know how hard it is to hire people? Like, and it's not hard to hire people. It's hard
to find good workers.
Hire the right people.
Yeah.
It's
Passionate people for your job. And people always ask me, what's next? I'm like, what's next?
I was just going to say that. What is next?
I'm building these brands. I'm building these brands.
So there's nothing next.
Bourbon,
this is what you're focused
my
on right
coffee.
now.
I do my podcast. I have my foundation.
So it's
That's
coffee,
enough
podcast, and bourbon.
Bourbon and foundation.
And foundation.
Other than that, that's enough for me right now.
I
Let these businesses grow. Let them be able to sustain on their own, and hopefully be able to sit back one day.
And when's the golf outing again?
That'll be July 14th.
July 14th.
And then what? You got the Belmar party on the 17th?
Yeah, that'll be rooftop, baby. See,
what's the Belmar party?
So we've done this now 3 years in a row at Beach House.
Yeah,
the rooftop. They've been good with us with the bourbon. Where we've done events with them the past 2 years, and this year they put us on the summer cocktail. Man.
When is that?
That'll be July 17th. We're gonna be up there, and let's just say,
that whole weekend. That whole weekend, that 14th through the 17th. I got jam.
Oh yeah, I got a few other. I'll be at the next day after that. I'll be at the Zach Bryan Kings of Leon.
Bro, when did they put you on that boat, bro? I was like, Eric, you got a death wish, Eric? Like, what the fuck are they doing? They got you on a boat.
I've been on the Pick of the Parrot boat. I've been on the Tiki boat.
Everyone's drinking. Eric's on a boat. You know, shit's getting wild.
I live my life to the fullest, and people always ask me like, I see you there. I'm like, every day's a different day, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, not letting this wheelchair.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'll be sitting there smoking my cigar on that tiki boat or the Pick of the Parrot, living life.
All right, good.
Nice.
Well, I'll be with you at least.
I know, it's
I'll be with you at least 50% of that
exactly.
time. I don't know if I could. Well, whatever. I can do whatever I want. So maybe I'll be with you 100% of that time. That sounds like a good one. So wait, tell me about that. What, July? Because the episode's gonna air, so it'll probably be like you'll probably have like 4 weeks. Till the middle, like when the episode airs, you'll have like 4 weeks. So you probably want to promote your shit now. We'll probably start
announcing it
right around that time. So what, you got
July 17th, we'll be at like I said, Beach House.
Beach House, Belmar.
That'll be at evening, probably start around 6 o'clock, and we go until they shut down.
I'll be there.
But the golf outing's on the 14th?
July 14th is the golf outing that week, and then I'll be so this will air probably right before Father's Day, I think, because I'll be down in Spirit of 76 in Manasquan.
Okay.
They're showing a lot of love, just doing an appearance there. Summer fills up for us very fast, which we've been lucky and blessed. Being hit up Legacy, they put us on their cocktail menu with a peach bourbon floater, bro.
Great place.
Ooh,
oh my god, this is so good. So I'll be popping in there next month as well. So the shore has been good to us, and Monmouth County has been very good to us.
On that note, I think we can all agree we had a great episode today.
Oh yeah, spectacular.
Right,
you guys were awesome. I appreciate you having me on, and
Eric, it was awesome being with you. It really
sipping
was.
bourbon, talking the shit.
That's right.
Felt like once the bourbon started flowing, we started talking a little more shit.
We all got loosened up. It was really good. That's right. On that note, back to you guys at the sponsors, and we're going to drink some more of this whiskey here. Eat Clean Bro. They deliver fresh, healthy, chef-prepared meals right to your door. So whether you're into bodybuilding or weight loss or just trying to eat better without the hassle of cooking, Eat Clean Bro has got a ton of options for you. Gluten-free options, high-protein options, chicken parm with sweet potato mash, buffalo chicken, mac and cheese, turkey meatballs and pasta, teriyaki salmon with jasmine rice, and Eat Clean Bro delivers within 24 hours in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. So if you're looking to try it out or you want help picking some meals that match your goals, head over to eatcleanbro.com right now. Eat Clean Bro. That's where to go.
Where to go.
All right, well, listen, another great episode. It really was. So now the last thing to do, the Bro Show key takeaway, Jamie.
What's unusual about this episode is we learned where the beginning and the end of pork roll and Taylor ham is.
That's
so
great.
That was the Bro Show key takeaway, because a lot of the times when you're discussing business, it's like the same language over and over again. But
right.
Central Jersey and pork roll Taylor ham Jersey are two different. There's this gray marginal area where they don't overlap cleanly, because Middlesex has some Taylor ham territory in it, but Middlesex is Central Jersey. So there's some parts of Central Jersey that say Taylor ham, which is kind of makes sense if you think about New Jersey, because South Jersey, the south part of New Jersey, is very large, just like the north part of New Jersey is very large. So that would make sense.
No, I get it. I think Eric laid it out for us exactly where it was. Pork roll, egg and cheese, Taylor ham, egg and cheese. We now know exactly where it begins and ends.
The biggest key takeaway of the entire season right there.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for hanging out. This has been another episode of The Bro Show. We'll see you here next week.